I was sliding the right.
Like, let's fight right here.
Like what?
After we like,
Everything I say is
good fight, bro.
Just love the battle.
never gonna talk about anything.
Did it work? Good to go?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah. Yes, You all ready to rock and roll? All right, give me your eyes real quick. Today's about respect. Lesson 3, okay? All about respect. What is respect? We're going to define it. We're going to toss it around. We're going to figure it out today. Sometimes you got to ask yourself or remind yourself, why did I come to Bama? I have to ask myself, Coach Hocke, why did you come to Bama? You got to think about it. Throw it around. Figure it out for yourself. For me, I can't answer it for you. For me, I came to Bama to find out my worth as a coach, to improve my value, and to see how high I can climb. Because to me, looking at Bama, I was saying, this is potentially going to be one of the best programs in football. So for you as a tennis player, you came here for a reason. Why'd you come here? As an individual. Why'd you come here as an individual to be part of a team? So for me, as I looked at an opportunity, I said, I want to go there to improve my value as a coach. I had only coached high school ball. Just like y'all had only played high school tennis. Now you're coming to a little bit, the ante's added a little bit. The talent's a little bit better. How are you going to get better? Surround yourself with greatness. That's why I came to Bama. Because I said, you know, if I just surround myself with greatness, just maybe I can become great. And I got here and I started looking around and I said, you know what? These guys are no different than me. These guys are no different from me. They hit the same amount of balls. They wake up at the same time. You know what? Scratch that. I'm going to wake up earlier. I'm going to hit more balls. I'm going to read more books. I'm going to watch more film. Are you making the right choices? Why did you come here? Think about that. Not just right now, tonight, every night. When you lay your head down and you say your prayers and you evaluate yourself. Why did I come here? What am I trying to accomplish? So we know I'm surrounding myself with greatness. You know who's great in here. You know who's average in here. You know who sucks in here, if there's even anybody in here that's described as that. So who you surrounding yourself with? If just me, if I'm trying to be the best tennis player, I'm going after the best tennis player in this room every day. Coach G, can you set me up with Becker? Coach G, can you set me up with Stu? Whoever it may be, set me up with him because I'm going to strangle this motherfucker out today. That's my mindset. That's my approach. That's my attitude. We've already talked about approach. We've already talked about attitude. Now we're talking about respect. How do you earn respect? How do you get respect? It's no secret who the king of the jungle is, right? Who's the king of the jungle, Becker?
Coach.
Who's the king of the jungle, Becker?
Oh, you're talking about actually a jungle. I was like, thought you were
A
talking
lion.
about the team lion.
A lion. That's okay, you're thinking too hard. A lion. It's no secret, right? So who's the king of tennis? That's what you got to ask yourself. Why not Bama? Why or why not Bama? That's what you have to think about. You came here to be a certain thing. Why not you? Do you believe it? Do you approach it that way? Do you think about it that way? Do you perceive it that way? That's what you got to think about. When I come to this room, I come to claim the room. I come to set your hair on fire. This is my room right now. I demand your attention. You are locked in on me, no one else. I claim the room. When you go to practice, you claim that court? When you go to a match this past weekend, did you claim the court? That's what the king of the jungle does. That's what the great ones do. They claim the room. They claim the court. Write that down. Claim the court. I don't care if it's practice. I don't care if it's a game. And I want it to all say it together because I want it to stick. So on 3, all together, claim the court. 1, 2, 3.
Claim the court.
1, 2, 3.
Claim the court.
1, 2, 3.
Claim the court.
Hey, it's no different. Practice, game. We talked about energy, right? If you don't bring the energy all week, there's going to be no energy on the weekend. You can't just show up and say, okay, now it's time to turn it on. You can't not claim the court all week and then show up on match day and claim the court. It's who you are or it's who you aren't. You know, I did a little research this past weekend. I'm watching VHS, old school tennis. Y'all's coach playing against a buddy of mine. It said, Riley DeHart, 127th in the country. I think you were a junior that year, right? I believe next year you were first in the country, is that right?
You're talking about college tennis?
Yeah, college tennis.
Yeah, I guess. I think I was number 1 my junior year.
Junior year?
Yeah,
Okay, so the point I'm making is I'm watching a film that says Ryler's 127th. Next year, this guy's first in the country. How do you go from 127th to first? And I want to ask you, I'm going to put you on the map. What's the different in approach? What's the different in attitude? Because I'm trying to be like you if I'm playing tennis. I mean, you've got it in the room. You trying to be the first in the country, you've got a guy that's coaching with you every day. I'm going to him and saying, what do I need to do, coach? I'm trying to be like you when I grow up. This year, next year, as a team. He shared with me, he won a national championship as a freshman, right? So he knows what it takes. The coaches know what it takes. So I'm going to ask you, what was the approach for that freshman year team that won a national championship? What was the difference between when you were 127th and first, or was it different?
It's a tough question. I've told the guys a little bit. Our freshman year, we had a team where every single guy in the team wanted to go pro. I feel like we had an environment where we just all pushed each other. Every day in practice, we were killing it. We were trying to kill each other, competing, trying to beat each other. It was super competitive, which reminds me of this group a lot. I think we're all really competitive. I think the professionalism was a bit different in terms of if guys were not feeling good about something, you know, like if a serve wasn't good or forehand wasn't good, we were always doing extra work. We were demanding more privates with the coaches. We were just putting more time into it, like you said. I mean, if you want to be the best at something, you got to put everything into it. So, I think that the professionalism and the I don't know how to describe it, but just being accountable for what you're doing, you know. And I think we all pushed each other, but it was a very competitive environment. At the same time, we were a team, and we never talked about winning. You know, George and I talked about that, and I don't think the teams at USC that he had either. I don't think they were focused on winning national titles. I think it was just every day you were just bringing it. You know, you were doing your best, you were working your hardest, and if you do that every single day, it just starts building. And then, you know, before you know it, you're winning matches, you're undefeated, and we had an undefeated season that year, and we never talked about winning. It just kind of happened. We were really so focused on the process, so focused on the details of every single day, just getting better. Winning was just a byproduct. It just kind of happened. And for me, I played almost my whole year, freshman year. Didn't play the last couple of matches, and I was just not happy. You know, I wanted to be out there. For me, being number 7 was not acceptable. I mean, I felt like I was good enough that I should be playing. We won a national title, but it was bittersweet because I wasn't on the court. And so that summer, I never worked hard in my life. I mean, everyone else went home, went on vacation, you know, did this, did that. I stayed at Illinois, and I grinded every single day. I got up, you know, did 2 sessions, went to weights, did everything. I mean, I did more than anyone else on the team, and the next year I came back, and I played 3 most of the year, and I just put in the work, you know. I mean, it wasn't, for me, I don't have a lot to say always, but if I want to get better at something, I just go do it, you know, and I just put the time in, and I think that's what you have to do if you want to be great. You got to put the time in. You got to spend time by yourself or with someone else, you know. Like there was another guy on the team. We would just go out and hit. We would just play. You know, we wanted to be better. So other guys were fooling around, doing whatever. We said we're going to go practice. We're going to go train, and I think we just took it to another level, and other guys weren't willing to do that. So that's why we got better. But.
Appreciate
I
that.
don't think it's.
No, that's all I was going for.
Yeah.
I mean, the things that you said that struck out to me is just like a relentless, ferocious ass attitude. That's the same thing I experienced with the football team that's had success. You got guys coming up to me saying, "Huh, I'm not done yet. We got an hour left." Everybody's running for the locker room. But this year we got 10, 15, 20 guys saying, "Shoot me jugs. Let's get footwork." I'm looking at my clock. Wait, we started 3 hours ago. And it's like they forget the clock, you know? It's just, it's almost like an obsession with wanting to be the best. Because that's really what it takes. You lose yourself in your work. You immerse yourself in your work. You lose yourself in your work. But the desire, the appetite's got to be there, fellas. You got to want to be the best. Because that's the only way that work ethic's going to come about. You got to truly want it. And that's a thing that I think we really got to ask ourselves. Do I feel like I deserve it? Do we feel like we deserve it when we step on the court? When I say claim the court, do you even know what that means? The only way you're going to know what that means is by putting it in, by claiming the court at practice. Like I said, it's not just on match day. Ali says, one of the greatest fighters, the fight is won way before he dances underneath the lights. Somewhere far away where no one sees him. No cameras, no fans, no nothing. Just you, your racket, your tennis ball, and sweat, blood, tears, whatever. That's where it's won. That's where it's lost. You got to realize that. What's the appetite of this team? Do you respect the game enough? Do you respect this enough? Does this really mean something to you? Or is it just, I shared with the girls the other day. Eric Thomas, great motivational speaker. Just like y'all watch great tennis players, I watch great motivational speakers. He said, if I was offered $5 million to give up motivational speaking, I would turn it down. He said, because I would be sick. If I offered you $1 million, could you turn it down? Some of y'all might say yes, and that's the very first problem. But hopefully, everyone here will say, hell no. I know for me, if you said, "Hot, I'm giving you $5 million, you can't motivational speak, you can't coach ever again," I'd say, keep your money, I'm going to make it twice the amount anyways. That's got to be the feeling. That's got to be the attitude. Do you really care about this? Are you really here on a mission? Are you just saying you're here on a mission? What's your level of respect for the game? What's your level of respect for the men in this room? Do you just say it or are you about it? That's what we got to ask. So today's all about respect. Get your creed out. Let's read number 3. Stu, you'll read respect for us?
We respect each other and our opponents. We respect those that are and have been a part of the program and university. We earn respect through our actions.
So let's define respect. Let's volley it around a little bit. Anybody want to share with me what they think respect means as an individual on this team?
I feel like giving them your undivided attention when they're talking. So like when you're talking in front of this group, we're not on our phones, we're looking you dead in the eye the whole time when you're talking.
To me, respect is serving one another. I had told Coach G in the beginning, if this team doesn't serve one another, we don't have a shot. We talked about unity. I meant it when I said y'all got to love one another. Only y'all know how much y'all hung out outside these walls. Only y'all know how much y'all spent time with each other outside these courts. You really got to love the man next to you in order to fight for him. When we talk about energy, sometimes you can't fake energy. Energy is based on what you feel for the guy next to you. If that's your brother, you're going to get really loud and you're not going to care who's paying attention or listening. If he's struggling, I'm going to get even louder. If he's winning, I'm going to get even louder. You've got to earn that right now. Right now is that perfect time to spend time. Because once the spring hits, once the season starts, we're going to see how much y'all respect one another. Because that's what respect is to me. Serving one another. Let me get your racket today. Your hand hurts, Danny? Let me carry your shit today. I got you. Does that make sense? What's respect to you, Stu?
To me, it's taking in and like listening and appreciating everything that people give you and like tell you. Like not just kind of like listening to it and blowing it out the ear or like letting it go out the door. Just really trying to learn from it, and because they know what they're talking about and they're trying to help you for a reason. So respect them for helping you.
I think that's a good point. I mean, y'all have the gurus in this room. Coach G, Coach Roller, that's the gurus, man. They've both been very successful as players and as coaches. They have the answers. Now look, I know your emotions are going to get in the way every once in a while, and you're going to let that block some of it, but that's the gurus. You want to be a champion? They know what it takes. They've been there. They've done that. They're not just coming in here and making some concoction up. Let's see if this works. No, this has worked for them. So the gurus are here. The quickest way to be a champion is to be led by champions. You got them. There's not too many teams that have champions on their staff as coaches, as a head coach and as assistant. Let's be honest. There's not many. You got it. You've got an invaluable amount of intelligence and what I call tennis IQ as your head coach and assistant coach. I played on many football teams where the coaches didn't win any district championships, any state championships, and because of it, our record reflected it. My question is, how are we going to respect them enough to listen to them and say, you know what, maybe I don't agree with this fully, but I know he's going to get me where I need to go, so I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to lock in and say, coach me, coach. Write that down. Coach me, coach. It's real easy when it's hot, when I'm tired. I don't want to pay attention. Man, leave me alone. You're only negative. I don't want to hear what you have to say. No, coach me, coach. I want to know your wisdom. It's so funny. Wisdom of the world can be found in books, but very few people read. Unbelievable me. I mean, that's what's beautiful about America to me. It's just competition at its best. You want to be successful? Go get it. Go take it. It's no different in tennis, man. Life's a sport to me. Do you believe you belong? Do you believe? My question is, why aren't we respected? I've talked around a little bit. Look, I don't know a whole lot about tennis, but I know enough that Bama tennis isn't where it needs to be right now. But I know enough that we've got everything in this room to get Bama tennis where it needs to be right now. Does that make sense? And the first step is respecting one another and respecting your game enough to believe that you can claim that court. Does that make sense? So every time we talk, we have a round table, a little discussion. All right? So how we're going to end today is I'm going to hand the ball off to somebody. They're going to come up to the front, and they're going to share with everybody else, moving forward from today, what you will do as an individual to ensure that Bama gets the respect it deserves this year. Does that make sense? Are we clear on that question? It could be anything. Being more professional, making sure every day I get a certain amount of balls, I get a certain amount of practice time, a certain amount of treatment, a certain amount of film, whatever it may be. A certain diet, a certain workout, a certain amount of conditioning. I think the term that struck out what Ryler said was professional. I talk to my guys in football about that all the time. You want to be like a pro? Train like a pro. Act like a pro. So that when the NFL scouts come say, hey, tell me about TJ Yeldon. I'm just glowing. This guy is like a pro. I don't even have to ask him. He gets treatment every day. He comes and begs me to work him out every day. He come and catch jugs. He does ladder work after an hour and a half run and an hour and a half lift. You see the difference there? It's real easy to check out. I'm done. Check in, check out, right? I think we talked about it before. Are we earning a wage or are we trying to make a fortune? If you don't remember, earning a wage is clocking in. Coach, when's practice? 9? Okay, I'll be here at 8:59. When's it over? 10? Great. I'll be gone at 10:01. Pew! Straight to the car. Pew! Straight home. Woo! That's earning a wage. Making a fortune is, when's practice? 9? Great. I'll be there at 5. When's it over? 10? Great. Oh, shit, the sun's going down. Hey, coach, can we put on the lights? Oh, coach is already gone. Shit. Where's the light switch? That's the difference between making a wage and making a fortune. You think it's a big fucking secret? Go find out why the guys are billionaires and millionaires and the ultra successful, the champions of the world, whether it be in business or in sports. It's no secret because they're obsessed with it. This means more to them. They respect their profession. They respect their game. They want it so bad. Some of you might not even be able to grasp what it means. Maybe you're not there yet. Maybe just 2 of you grasp it. And maybe you too can show everybody else what it means. You know? Maybe that's what it is. So I'm challenging maybe that one person that knows what it means to show everybody else. The question is today, moving forward, how are we going to gain the respect Bama deserves as individuals so that collectively we're respected as king of the jungle, king of the tennis world? Who's going to start for me? Got it? Hold on, let me get my book. Give me a couple more seconds to think. Yeah, go, baby.
So to get Bama the respect, or Bama tennis the respect it deserves, I would say for me, getting the most out of every single day, 100%, 110% in practice, and also holding others accountable to giving 100%, 110% in practice. Because I know if I'm slacking off, I'm hurting y'all, and if y'all are slacking off, we're hurting each other. So, that's me.
That's you. Hey, do y'all think he's doing a good job of leading y'all so far this year?
Yes.
Out of 1 out of 10, Becker, what would you give him as a leader?
9 or 10.
Nico?
I'll be 8 or 9.
8 or 9? What can you improve on?
Exactly what he just said. Staying more accountable, on top of us and himself.
What about you, Animal? What does he need to improve on?
I agree with that. Holding people accountable, not accepting the days where we don't bring it.
Hey, be a mean motherfucker, alright? You're a fucking leader, okay? Step on somebody's throat in here. Leave our emotions at the door, right? If we want to be great, sometimes you have to get in somebody's face. Sometimes you have to poke somebody in their chest. It is what it is, man. Some days, our best days are going to be our worst days because you're going to have to get in someone's face and tell them, that's not good enough. You can do that for me?
Yes, sir.
They say they need it from you. You got it?
I do.
Good. Who's next?
So what I'm gonna do to help us is just try. I feel like I'm one of the highest energy guys on the team, and I feel like that's just one of my best things that I bring is just my presence, and I just need to do a better job with the days when I'm not feeling it. Just try to still bring that same energy every day, regardless of whether I'm tired or not. Just kind of not similar to what he said, not allowing a day without 110% energy, not allowing to go through the motions on one day. So that's what I got.
So you're going to set the standard on energy
Yeah.
at practice and in matches?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Sean.
Sir.
Out of 10, what would you say Hayes' energy is on a regular day?
On a regular day?
Yeah.
Give it an 8.
8? So you think he can be better?
I think we all can be better.
Yeah. I wasn't asking about everybody, I was asking about him. You think he can be better?
Mhm.
You need him to be better?
Hell yeah.
You believe he can set the standard for energy for this team?
Yes, sir.
We're in agreement that he's going to set the standard for us energy-wise this year. We good with that? All right, you got it. Who's next?
Ready?
I got it. Alright, for me, to get the respect, or do my part in giving Bama tennis the respect it deserves, kind of bouncing off what you just said there, setting the standard of the work ethic and attitude I think we need to have. I'm going to bring it every day and make sure that, at least when I'm playing, people look like, damn, that's the guy's wearing the Alabama A on his chest. That guy means business. The rest of that team, I know that they mean business this season and for the years to come.
You know what I want you to tell these guys? Match my intensity. Tell them.
Match my intensity.
Do you think you can match his intensity? Because I don't think any one of you can.
Not easy.
Not easy, huh, Coach?
Not easy.
I need you to tell them, match my intensity. Monday Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's all I hear about you, man. You are just a grinding MFer. Like, I'm going to wear you out. I'm going to just, you aren't going to be able to stand when you're done with me. That's what we need. Match his intensity. When I said all the answers are in this room, it's because you are all gifted and blessed with different abilities and different talents. And if you bring your gift and talent every day to work and demand that gift and talent of everyone else, that's when we become champions. Does that make sense? So you set the standard on intensity. You got me?
Yeah.
Tell them again, match my intensity, and mean it.
Match my intensity.
All right, who's next?
So, my part in all this to giving or keeping the respect that Bama should have is being very disciplined with everything that I do and showing an example. And one of the ways that I've been trying to do that is always getting to practice earlier. I've been trying to go to bed exactly 8 hours before I have to wake up every single day, no matter if no matter if I have stuff going on. I just work harder in the day so I can meet that deadline. I always, I've been doing my part with. If I feel like I'm not, 100% on the court when practice is done, I've been kicking my ass to stay on the court and make, hit serves or hit with one of the guys, and I just want to be a professional. And I think in school, a lot of us are really good with, when our homework is due, we need to do it then, and when we have tests, we need to study a week before, and we treat school like we should treat tennis, honestly, and I think that we all need to be a little more professional, like Ryler said.
Okay. Hey, Stu.
Yes.
What do you think Sean's strength is? Just one.
His presence when you're playing him.
What you mean?
I think when Sean is on the court, he owns the court.
Okay.
He definitely makes it noticeable that he is there.
Okay. There's one thing that I found out about Sean, that he went to a Jesuit high school. I also went to a Jesuit high school. There's a theme that we're taught, and it's men for others, and that has a lot to do with the theme today, respect. He had mentioned kind of a challenge for himself to go above and beyond and getting extra with people, right? So that's my challenge to you. You're going to be the man for others, just like we were taught from day one. Every day, you find someone out here on this team to get a little bit extra with, whether it be serves, whether it be doubles work, whether it be extra abs in the weight room, extra running, and be thinking about it each night. Who can I get, and what do they need specifically? If someone needs to work on their serve, hey, I want you to work on your serve with me for 15 minutes. Hey, somebody's condition's bad, I want to go run a mile with you. Whatever it is, that's going to be your project from now on. You're going to serve this team. You're going to be the guy that does a little bit extra to each person. Good with me?
Yeah.
Good.
So.
Next.
So moving on as a team and an individual, I think, as we said before, belief was a big thing for all of us. As we do obviously respect our opponents and stuff like that, claiming the court is a big deal for me, and I think it helps you a lot. And just going after the guy and believing yourself, showing up to confidence, not doubting yourself, not doubting your strokes, not doubting your energy. And I think moving forward as a team, we could really do a better job of that.
Hey, Hayes. Nico balled out this past weekend?
Killed it.
Killed it. Why'd you kill it this past weekend?
Exactly that. I mean, my mentality, my approach going into matches, I'm claiming the court. I mean, if the guy's going to hang with me, then he's going to hang with me, but I doubt he's going to hang with me. I'm going to give him all I got. And if he can keep up, then he can keep up, but I doubt it.
So you're going to set the standard of mentality and claim the court. That's going to be your thing from here on out.
Yes, sir.
Killed it this weekend, huh?
Yes.
Beautiful. Who's next?
I think for Bama tennis to get the deserve it requires and needs is to just being obsessed with, like Raj said, being obsessed to be the best. I think we may say like we really are obsessed, but like it's another thing actually pursuing those actions, and like just being relentless in everything that we do on and off the court has to be related to tennis and getting the respect Bama tennis deserves.
Coach Riley, what do you think Danny needs to work on?
Langford?
Oh, my bad, Langford.
Well, he's to get healthy. I think he's been doing a great job not being healthy. It's not easy going out there and doing extra, and every time we've asked him to do something, I feel like he's helped out, and I think no matter what's going on, you know that you can have a role, and I think he's done a great job with that. I think he can get better. The matches that I've seen him play, I feel like he needs to, really what Nico said, he needs to believe that he's better.